Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Media Watch. Today on the program we're going to have a story on how a bobcat made it inside a store in Whistler, BC.
We also have a story about a symphony composed entirely of gaming music.
And finally today we're going to have a story on how global warming is destroying some Irish landmarks. Those are the stories. This is the program. You're in good hands with Media Watch.
While skiers were busy carving on the mountain, a four-legged stranger was prowling into town, making its way into Whistler Village, heading straight for the body shop.
The door was open on the store here, and there was two of the staff. We were just working in here.
What came in was furry, about 25 pounds in size, and hardly a household pet.
I came out of the back door right here, and I looked in the corner here, and there was a bobcat sitting in the corner here. Decided to go out.
Staff realized they had a tough customer on their hands, so they shut the main door, ran to the back, and called police.
At this stage, we were kind of in the back room, just poking our head out, going, "You got him yet? You got him yet?" And then I think they just discussed amongst themselves that the easiest thing would be to chase him out.
Cat dashed out this way and straight out here.
As the bobcat fled the scene, photographer Andrew Bradley just happened to be walking by and captured the kitty chaos on film.
He was actually coming through these snowbanks here with the police officers following him, dodging in and out of these balconies, and then I got the best shot of him right in front of this snowbank here. You know what? He was looking pretty close in that camera, and I was ready to jump back, if need be.
But what would possess a bobcat to head to the body shop? Certainly not for the soap and bubble bath.
They're ground feeders, so they feed on rats and mice and birds, and obviously with a higher snowpack, they're going to come lower down to feed on animals. They'll also, in an urban setting, they'll feed on domestic cats as well.
As RCMP played a game of cat and mouse, the bobcat was eventually cornered and captured here at a local hotel and later released south of Whistler. As for the staff at the body shop, this is one customer they won't soon forget.
A couple of years back, funny enough, our next door neighbor's store had a bear go in their store. So, you know, we're just kind of trying to one-up them a little bit. So.
They've heard the music over and over and over again until their thumbs went numb. Whether it's Halo or Pac-Man, they know every beat, every sound of their favorite video games.
When I was growing up, in fact, I used to take all my favorite video game music and splice them together on cassette tapes, Commodore 64 and Atari and Intellivision, and I would invite over the neighborhood kids and play air guitar to the cassette tape while my favorite video games were playing behind me on the television set.
Tommy Tallarico and Jack Wall weren't content with simply composing video game soundtracks.
So we came up with the idea for Video Games Live to sort of fulfill sort of an unknown demand that we knew about, but other people didn't know about.
A demand for music that resonates far more than bleeps and blops. Music performed by an orchestra accompanied with synchronized graphics, visuals, and lights, creating an emotional response just as powerful as any movie soundtrack.
When people are playing these games, they hear this music over and over again while they're in a certain level. They get attached to it.
It's a chance for those who want to relive their childhood.
You can go back and relive your youth, you know, hear the sounds that you heard when you were playing games when you were a kid.
And even their adulthood. For this family of 4, playing video games is a family affair. After years of experience, Mom is the expert here.
Quite some time before they were born.
Of course, no video game event would be complete without a few overzealous fans.
I've been waiting for this for a long time. My ticket's been on my fridge for at least 4 months now.
This show is nothing more than a celebration of our love of games through the music in which we love so much.
A celebration of a new genre of music classics. Danielle Hamamjan, CTV News.
Climate change could be about to claim another victim, the Giant's Causeway. The spectacular rock formation on the Northern Irish coast, a World Heritage Site, could soon become too difficult to access. The British National Trust, which manages the site, is worried about rising sea levels and worsening storms, as our island correspondent Dennis Murray reports.
The legend has it that Irish giant Finn McCool fell out with a Scottish giant, Fingal of Fingal's Cave. The causeway was to facilitate the fight, but the bout never took place because of Finn's cunning. Ireland won, Scotland 0. The truth is more prosaic, a geological phenomenon, and though still an amazing sight, it's now under serious threat.
It really is a beautiful and incredible sight, these really strange columns of very strangely shaped rocks. But what's behind the threat to them, yet again, is climate change, with the real possibility that over the next few decades, the sea will come in on top of many of these rocks.
With wetter winters and drier summers predicted, along with a rise in sea levels, research says the greater area of the stones will be washed by waves, and there's a real threat of cliff erosion as well.
Well, we feel over the next 100 years that with rising sea levels, we could have up to a meter's rise here, which would start when large storms come in, actually overwashing the stones to quite a large extent.
The causeway is just one of 3 National Trust sites in Northern Ireland that are under threat. The organisation says coastal homeowners, landowners, government, and maybe even giants need to start planning ahead. Dennis Murray, BBC News, at the Giant's Causeway.
Well, another successful edition of Media Watch. We hope you'll join us next week for another all-exciting episode. From all of us at iNet, thanks for watching.
Peace out.